This time on Irate Garage, I'm replacing the coolant bottle on my 2001 F350. Should be pretty easy. I don't know why I do that all the time, because then it inherently isn't easy. Drying the radiator is just this little petcock here. It's a 19 millimeter, and if I'm dealing with something plastic, I really like to have a 6-point. Oh, that was not tight at all. Okay. Just unscrew it. Well, coolant comes out. If you're in a big hurry, just undo the whole thing. But it wants to go everywhere. I think we'll call that sufficient. Well, I got that draining. I'm gonna go ahead and bust the coolant bottle loose. It's just 3 of these 8 millimeter bolts. 2 down there, and then 1 right here. Oh, drop your extensions. That's a helpful thing to do. You got to get the tire iron out of the way first. Oh, those are different screws. Okay. Short one goes on the top here. I'm just gonna do this guy. Normally, if you're taking this apart, you kind of want to be gentle, but since I'm replacing the bottle, I don't care. This does connect to the bottom of the radiator, this hose, and if need be, you could just pull the hose off the radiator and take it all out and put it on a bench, but I like touching as little as possible when working on stuff. Depending on what it is, of course. I will admit to being on the fence about just going ahead and pulling the whole hose out. That passed? Oh, that's passed. There we go. So there we go, old versus new. I think you can figure out which is which. Yeah, when I look at this bottle, it's got a crack down here even. Right there. That thing was about to go, so I have a nice new one here. Start working on getting that in there. All right, I think I gotta move you out of the way while I do that clamp. All right, I got the hose on there now. That was fun. It's all in the reflexes. I got the hose on there now. That was fun. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bolt in on this guy. Surprised these little clips didn't break. As rusty as this truck is, figured they would have let go. Just like that. So yeah, just under 5 gallons there. Get coolant down your arm. Snug, not tight. This is plastic. You don't want to break it. Dry everything off. Got coolant everywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up your old coolant because, you know, make it harder to see if you got a leak if everything's covered in coolant. Only the best cheapest coolant for my truck. I'm sure somebody will be like, oh no, you need to run X, Y, and Z in that, or you should be running, you know, what is it, extended life coolant or whatever. If you want to do that, knock yourself out. Let's be realistic. This truck is 25 years old, has 275,000 miles on it. There is not a zero chance this is the last coolant this truck will ever see. So let's be real here. All right, I'm going to start the truck and let it warm up here and start sucking some of this coolant in. I got a coolant to go in, got about a gallon to go into the radiator, and now it's kind of must be water locked, so, or it must be air locked. So I'm going to go ahead and start the truck and let it run. I'm gonna run this thing around the block real quick. I live in the country, so running it around the block is about 4 miles. Work some of the air out of the system. Welcome to iRate Garage, where I drop the camera continuously. One thing I noticed is that the heater is blowing cold. So I'm gonna run this thing around the block real quick and get it to actually warm up and open the thermostat. So I just got back, and what I noticed was after it warmed up, if I rumped on it, I would get heat. And when I let off, I wouldn't. Classic low coolant indicator. As you can see, we don't have any coolant. I'm gonna open the system and we're gonna let the air out. Even that air can be very hot. I don't want to burn you. There's pressure on the system, so just gonna crack it and burp it. Oop. Oh yeah, that's warm. All right, we may have to continue this later. I'm gonna have to let this cool off. Must have been a big air pocket in the engine. I should have pulled the vacuum on it. Damn it. Truck didn't get too hot, I don't think. Let me check. 148 and 180. I'm gonna let this cool down, have lunch, let this cool down. We'll come back to it. I should have pulled the vacuum on that system. Oops. Well, I've had lunch and I've let this thing cool off. Now I'm gonna pull a vacuum on it like I should have done in the beginning. These things are pretty genius. The air rushes through. The air rushing past pulls a vacuum on the bottle. And then you stick this hose in a jug, open up this valve, and then the the vacuum will suck the coolant in. It's pretty genius, really. Keep your air. So now we got a vacuum on that. Stick your hose in the jug here, and then you crack this valve open and you'll watch the vacuum suck the coolant in. There we go. Ain't that genius? I should have done it this way the first time. It doesn't matter if it sucks air in, that's fine. Alright, cut that off real quick. Suck that down. Gotta stop it before it gets the top or it'll shoot out. And then in this goes, and that should be all it takes. All right. Okay, well, I think we'll go ahead and rest that coolant in there. Unscrew that. Sometimes I just pull out. I have it running again. I put about 4 gallons of coolant in it today, but I'm pretty sure I drained somewhere closer to 5 out of it. Just got to try to get the air out of the system. And that's the thing, like the vacuum, I've had mixed results with that system. It seems like there's always a little bit you can't get out. So got it running, just let it run, warm up, and see if we can't work the rest of the air out of the system. The heater core still blows cold. So now I'm back. Went for a little drive. I have the heat on, and it is blowing good and hot at idle, which is a vast improvement over what it was doing earlier. Excellent. So the next day, let everything cool off overnight, and check the coolant levels. It's just a little bit low. I'm gonna top it off, and then I got a little running around to do this morning, so we'll get it good and hot, run it for a while, make sure we have no leaks. But it looks pretty good. There's nothing on the ground. I did end up having to swap out this hose clamp here, that little constant tension clip. It doesn't quite have the reach to squeeze that tight, so. Oh well, sometimes you gotta do that. I'm back. I drove the truck around for about an hour. And we checked the coolant. It is full. So I think we finally got the air out of the system. If you found this video helpful or you enjoyed it, give it a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Be safe. I'll see you next time.